Storytelling. Storytelling is important. Storytelling is connective. Storytelling creates bridges, and I hope I never stop. I had started writing music in my last few years at Stanford, and I was a huge fan of Ani DeFranco, who basically built her own record label and built her career single-handedly as an independent, like just driving around the United States in a beat-up Volkswagen Bug and playing in all these bars and festivals, and I was so inspired by that. I was very inspired by the mechanism of not waiting for someone to give you permission for what you wanted to do with your life, and just being like, you know what, like, I'm not going to get picked to go on tour, like, I'm just going to take myself out there. After being a starving artist, musician in New York for many years, I realized that I wanted to go back in the box in a way, if only to have health insurance. And that grad school is a really good way to be off the job market, buy yourself some time, but also be connected to fascinating things to study alongside fascinating people. And one day, this professor in my department, Wesley Wildman, he came to me and he said, "Are you the one that worked at MTV and did documentary films and is now a PhD student?" I said, "Yes." And he says, "Great. So do you think you could come make a documentary about our scientific study of religion and help us explain what we're doing to people who might be really interested?" The one element that was missing for many years, even though parts of myself kind of found each other, was the community to also work with, to realize my creative visions. And I had been working alone as a filmmaker, as a documentary filmmaker, for a decade and a half, traveling with all of my equipment in a backpack on my back, and 2 more bags of equipment, checking extra bags, carrying them around in Africa and Indonesia, all over Europe. And I was starting to get tired physically, but more than that, I started realizing that it was impoverishing my film to try and do it all myself. And I remember talking to my 2 filmmaker friends, Sarah McTeague and Kiki Miller. Kiki's the director and Sarah's an editor, and they were like, "Wouldn't it be cool if we could have our own production company? Women founded, women led, women run. We could call the shots, you know, we could make it happen. We could bring, you know, younger women into the fold and mentor them." And it was this kind of beautiful, naively idealistic vision that we had together to build a filmmaking team. And Sarah said, "I've always had this great name in mind for a film company, SFF Films. Like, I know how to make films." Every semester, it's grown and grown. It grew bigger than me really fast. And now I feel like I'm not running a company is running me. So tonight we are actually at the culminating moment of the narrative of Ikaya. This is the big exhibition where Gigs Hole shows his work that he composed in the theme of Ikaya, Zulu word for home. So I'm really, really proud of my production crew. They have done incredibly creative, spontaneous work, learning how to do things right on set in the moment. And I really feel like that's the essence of independent filmmaking. And this, I must say, I've always been kind of a one-woman band on my documentaries because I never got enough funding to pay a crew. And this is the first time I'm not doing everything myself. It's the first time I'm like a proper director saying, "I wonder if we could figure out how to do X, Y, Z." And then someone's like, "I'm on it, that's my job." And then they figure it out, and it's a total mind-blowing, amazing thing to have teamwork happening in my life. And, you know, we talk a lot about this African proverb at SFF Films that I heard when I was filming Minding Shadows in Rwanda. Someone said to me, "If you want to go fast, you go by yourself, but if you want to go far, you go with others." I feel like I'm finally sort of moving into this moment where that evil plan I came up with 15 years ago, where I thought, maybe if I did a PhD, I could get a teaching job and then I could have students and we could build something. It worked. My evil plan worked. And now I'm in the dawn of SFF Films becoming realized the way that I hope she will be.